Good morning, YouTube. So I've just took my check-ins because it is Friday check-in day. So today I already filmed the push day, but we're going to film another one. So this is my alternative push day that I am training. We've also got a massage today and then some other bits and bobs. So this is going to be sort of another day in the life, another push day, and just bits and bobs. So yeah, so that's the very honest update of how I'm looking. I'm going to compare these pictures to ones with the pump, and you'll be able to see the difference between. I mean, the lighting here is decent, like it's nice, and it's like not natural lighting, but this light kind of emits like a very low hum light that doesn't give extreme downlight or anything like that, which is good for taking check-ins, because it's also indoors, which is nice, because it's fucking freezing outside, although it is fucking freezing here because it's only the garage. So yeah, gonna go and have meal one, which will be 2 bagels and some whey. So let's go and have some food.
One lot in a week.
Good morning, AJ. Hope you are well. So, extremely productive week. Positive to take like all around from start to finish. So, as you'll have just seen, just sent my voice note check-in to AJ. This has been the best week of this push so far. Body weight's been going up nicely. Appetite's flying again, which is really good. Performance is on the way up. So we're in a fucking really good spot. So woke up this morning and I weighed 181 pounds, which has kind of been, this is the third time I've hit this in the last week or so. So we'll see what happens tomorrow if we get any food increases or anything like that. I'm going to be putting up a post today on Instagram, which the post will be up before the video, so I'll basically kind of give like a full physique update on there with the pump, and also kind of break down what my food's at right now and obviously how everything is going. So yeah, I can't really say, there's nothing really more to say about that. When things are going really well, that's when the least amount of changes need to be made. Like, when you're a coach, you don't need to be making these drastic changes every week. Sometimes you can literally just sit with where you are, because if it's not, if it's not broken, don't fix it sort of mentality. So yeah, time is now 11:30. I've got my rice on the cooker right now. I've just had some family come around, my auntie and my cousins. One of them's a little baby. I'll flash up a little video here from when he came to visit. So yeah. So the kitchen's quite busy right now, so I won't be able to film because I don't really fancy. I don't think really my auntie really particularly wants to be on YouTube, and my mum definitely doesn't. So we'll cut to obviously the food, and then we're gonna go train. Gonna train roughly about 1 o'clock today because we've got a massage at 5. So I'll give myself about 3 hours to train, because that's literally how long my sessions are taking right now. So about 3 hours to train, about half hour to eat, obviously to like chat shit and whatnot after I finish my training, have some food, and then leave for my massage at 4:30, and then have my massage, and then I'll come back in the evening and I've got some laptop work to do and whatnot. So yeah, just another general day in the life really. As I said, I'm going to continue these double uploads until the end of the month, and then if the response is good, then I'll keep them going, and if not, I'll cut back down to 1 a week. If you guys want 2 a week, and like it's something you do want, obviously, like I know at the end of the day, I've not got the biggest fan base. I know I've only got like 160 odd subscribers, but for the people who do watch these videos, please let me know like what you want to see. Because at the end of the day, people who just like click on and click off like for a view, then so be it. But like for the people who actually want to see certain things, please leave comments, please leave likes, because then I know I know you guys are enjoying this, and I know then it's worth my time to actually put the effort in, because at the end of the day, I will put in as much as you guys want to see. So if you guys want 2 weeks, I'll give you 2 weeks. If you want 1 a week, I'll give you 1 a week. And obviously, as we get deep into actual prep, obviously you'll probably do like 3 uploads on 2 or 3 uploads on peak weeks and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously we'll have 6 show day videos and stuff. So yeah, I think let's wrap this up. I think I filled out all my sheets, so let's go and have pre-workout meal, and we'll prep our subs. See what I'll do, I'll give you an update on the old subs drawer before we leave, so I'll show you that. Okay, supplement time. So had some deliveries, so we've stocked up on the old protein. So this has been the protein I'm now running fully. So the perform weight isolate tastes banging, goes down easy, and I've had absolutely zero digestion problems with this. So any of my fellow lactose intolerant people, try the perform weight isolate. It is a bit expensive, but taste is banging, digests well, all that good stuff. I'm still running the old JP pumpage in terms of like pre-workout of choice. I dabble with some stimulants, and I've just decided that they do not go with me in the off season at all. Literally try. So obviously we had that issue with the adrenaline pre-workouts, and that was just too much. That fucked me up. I then tried like a half scoop of Miami Beach Retro something we have at the gym, and that also just kind of fucked me up. And that was only like 175 megs of caffeine. And then the other day I was like, oh, I had I'm a normal morning coffee, and then I was like, I'll have another one pre-workout, because I've obviously like want a bit more caffeine, which would have only been about 5 hours later. And then that gave me the littlest bit of jitters. So I've kind of figured out my caffeine like limit. I reckon it's probably like 3 shots of coffee a day, which is pathetic considering there's been times I've really pushed the boundaries with stimulants. Like I used to be a fucking stimulant crackhead. I used to do fucking monsters and double scoops. I've done I'm ashamed of it, but I've done 7 WOD pills in a night. That's a story for another time later down the line, because it's fucking peak. Literally almost died off caffeine. That was not fun. And yeah, so I kind of think that my getting fucked up days on stimulants are done. So now I'm a sensible adult male. We stick to just pump products. And yeah, so we've also stocked up on a few of those. We've got the grape candy flavour here next to have. My dad says one tastes like shit, but oh well, fuck it. We'll give it a go. Also restocked up on some of the Innofarm EAs. So these are my favourite EAs. This one, the lemon lime slush and the pink lemonade, are fucking banging. And yeah, so shout out to my boy George, because I used the cheeky code from his new sponsorship, Insights Ups. Use George 10 discount and get myself a little cheeky discount and also support the boys. We had a restock on Solidextrin a little while ago. So we don't need any more of that. And yeah, they also kind of have to send obviously some more of these fucking multivits, and also sent me, we also got 2 of these Mountain Joe caramel protein bars, which are fucking banging. The texture and the taste on these is not bad. If they're like a tad sweeter, holy fuck, unreal. I reckon if you got these, you slightly melted them, put them with some vanilla ice cream, like some normal vanilla ice cream, that little extra sweetness would be fucking just gorgeous. And they also sent me a little EAA sample to try, Juicy Burst. So might try this eventually. I'll let you know if this is any good, so people don't start wasting their money on pre's and intras and all that kind of stuff that they're not going to buy. So yeah, so today, as it is push, we're going to have 1 scoop of Solidextrin, 1 scoop of creatine, and 1 scoop of EAAs for intra. And then for my pre-workout, I'm going to have coffee, because I haven't had my morning coffee this morning, so I can save for pre-workout. And then we're also going to have 2 scoops of the JP pumpage for that fucking skin splitting fucking out of this world pump. So we're gonna make that up, and then we'll have some food, and then we'll get to the gym. So probably won't film any more clips till we get to the gym, so we'll see you at the gymnasium. Okay, so just got to the gym. So we've got push rotation 1 now. So we've got single arm cuff laterals, high incline Smith, flat cable press, line cuff laterals, single arm D handle push down, single arm overhead extension, and then cable crunches if I've got time, because I'm running a bit late for my massage. So gonna crack on with that. To start off with, we've got 3 sets on single arm cuff laterals. First set is set 15 to 20, and then the second set is, well, the 2 sets after are 10 to 12s. So a technique in terms of reps and sets that AJ is doing on my isolation stuff for my delts and sometimes my arms is basically to be doing the high rep set first, so 50 to 20 first, followed by basically 2 like not 2 top sets, but 2 like in between top and back off sets or something like it's like a 10 to 12. Just to obviously get more blood flow in on the first set, get better on my muscle connection to start with, and then go obviously onto the slightly heavier stuff. We only do this on the isolation stuff though, we do not do this on compounds, because obviously compounds we want to obviously prioritise training progression, so obviously starting with the top heavier set and then going on to the back offs. So yeah, let's crack on with single arm cuff laterals, and we'll give you some talking points for that after I have done my set.
All I need is your love tonight. 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 All I need is your love tonight.
Okay, so really successful sets on that single arm cuff lateral. So a few takeaway points when we say upper cuff, single arm cuff lateral. So we basically want the stack, like the cable height, just below our hand width, because we want it still basically pointing us down and also like towards the floor. And what we do is we want to contract. What we want to do is cue thinking, okay, not just height, I want to think wide. The moment you start thinking about bringing your hand high, you start pinching your trap, and obviously, which means we don't want to be using our side delts. So when you want to think cue wide as possible. So think about obviously hand grasp, but think about stretching your hand out as wide as possible, and then you see there side delt. Versus if I think up, you're going to contract your trap. So obviously, yeah, want to keep that as isolated as possible and not use bigger muscle groups. Especially for me, obviously, with me wanting to make sure my sets are as efficient as possible, isolating the delts as much as possible. So yeah, hand wide, set the cable up just below hand height, and then yeah, nice controlled contraction, a nice little pause at the bottom, and yeah, just try and keep the sets as continuous as possible, because the lactic buildup does get quite aggressive towards the end, but you just got to try and stick with it and try not to take too long pause. I usually do as a 2 breath count. It's the longest amount of pause I take between the reps. So I come down 1, 2, and then I go again if I need it. So yeah, I'm gonna move on now to the high incline Smith, reverse banded with just a baby reverse band here, just like a little thin black one. So yeah, we'll do that. I think we've got a set of 6 to 10 and 2 sets of 10 to 12. Looking forward to this. Gonna see if I can get a few reps up on this. So far the momentum in the session is going well. Trying to think if there's any points I can add to this. You know what? I'm gonna do my set and then we'll talk about it after. So let's catch you after the set on this. Okay, unfortunately it wasn't what I wanted. We wanted 9 on my own, but I got 8-1. Nothing particularly went wrong with that set. Tempo was fine, speed was fine, control was fine. Just one of them days, obviously, like, you're not always going to get the +1. The deeper into the years of training you get, the harder it is to progress. Otherwise people would be getting, everyone would be getting absolutely absurd numbers. But it's still a progression. It's a +1. 9 will be there next time. And yeah, decent set apart from that. Let's do 2 more sets on this and then move on to flat cable press. Okay, so flat cable press now is set up. Just done my last warm up, now back to the top set with the full stack. Got full stack for 8 last time, I'm gonna go for 9 today. I definitely think gym pins are gonna be a Christmas order for the new year, 100%. Yeah, so a couple of key points with the flat cable press. Obviously the premise of this is we want to make sure we are driving the elbows across the midline of the body to contract the pecs. But one of the biggest things that I've even been guilty of is, like, the biggest mistakes I've seen people doing it is they let their chest collapse. So when you want to do it, you want to keep your chest nice and like open and tall, and then when you contract, obviously bring it here. But what I see is when people start to fail, start to get struggle, they collapse their chest and they try and squeeze here, and at that point you just lose all stability and you will not be feeling your chest anymore. So make sure you keep your chest nice and tall, brace with your mid back, so you've got a nice platform to press off, come across and squeeze, and then make sure you do not let the momentum pull you back. To make sure we stay tight, and then make sure we're then just squeezing out. And yeah, and just try to chase that gnarly fucking pump. Just make sure each rep you're coming back, you're feeling that nice eccentric tearing of the pecs, and then a big old fucking squeeze at the end. So let's fucking rock this joint. Fuck it, roll with it. So we have now got the lying cuff lateral raises. The back cuffs on High Ankle and Smith went as they should have. Not particularly amazing, but as they should have. Obviously, when you're extremely motivated and you want to get shit done, you're going to always want that extra rep, that extra progression, but sometimes obviously it's not always going to be there, so I can't base my whole session over those few sets. In a day they progress, and that's what I focus on, is just take one step at a time, take the progressions as they come and crack on. So laterals, as we talked in the previous episode about, was obviously we started off the session with a lateral movement where we were loading further away from the origin, so obviously further down the arm, where we're mechanically weaker. Now we're later in the session where we're more fatigued, so we're going to load it higher up where we're mechanically stronger. Again, I think on this one I've got 2 counts stretched at the bottom, so come down to the bottom, 1, 2, and then obviously do a rep. Start off with a really high rep set, 15 to 20, and then 2 11 to 15s, I think, off the top of my head, or 2 10 to 12, something like that. And yeah, try to see if there's anything else in particular. That's a good key point. Again, same thing on here, make sure you're cueing wide and not high, so we can avoid using traps. And some people like to hold a D handle. Personally, I don't like holding a D handle because it just adds more and more distraction to a movement. As long as you're squeezing your fist, you're still going to get the same effect as squeezing a handle. I actually prefer to make this weird shape with like hand shape when I do it for some reason. So I go like this. I push my thumb into my index finger here, and I just grip hard here, and I go like that, and then I just draw out. And for some reason, this position, I find I get a lot of connection with my medial delt. So I'm going to run this up now. High rep set. Let's get it. one didn't go plan either, so that was 15 reps when I needed 18. So that's 2 reps down, it's not even a progression. Not sure why that happened. Again, this shit happens. I'm not going to let it bother me too much, just going to crack on to the next set. After this, I believe we've just got triceps to finish off with, so we'll update you with how the rest of the sets go after this, see if I progress on everything, because I mean, in a day, when you're running a lot of delt volume like I am right now, there's some weeks I run 15 sets on working delts, so to ask a progression is obviously going to eventually over time going to be quite a lot. This will just be something to take note of, and then the next check-in next week, if it's still that way, obviously we will need to make an adjustment or something. So yeah, for now, let's crack on with the rest of the sets. Okay, so we're mid-session, but of course this is where we have the peak pump, because chest and shoulders are full. I feel as fuck. So let's do basically a quick physique update per se. So obviously you saw some of the pictures earlier. I'm not going to show my lower body right now because I've stupidly forgotten my tripods. I've been able to hold up my camera, so my body's kind of Okay, so just moving on to single arm D-handle pushdown. Unfortunately, my massage got cancelled because my masseuse, my therapist, he sliced his finger open literally an hour before my session. So that is no longer now happening, so we're just going to crack on the rest of the session. And we'll definitely have time for abs at the ending because I obviously won't need to be anywhere. So yeah, rest of the sets on the the lying cuff ladder was not well. Managed to progress the two back off sets, or two back off sets we'll call it, and went 1 rep up on both of those. So it's weird. Whatever happened on that top set happened on that top set. Anyway, yeah, so moving on to the single arm D-handle pushdown. So keep with this, keep the upper arm fixed, and then make sure all the movement comes to the elbow, not the shoulder. So fix that upper arm, keep the shoulder in place, and move from the elbow. I'm going to be prioritizing a little bit of pressure on the inside of my hand, so on like the more index finger area. But I just find this creates a better connection and have my hand on a slight angle just so it fits the alignment a bit better with my shoulder, wrist, elbow, whatnot. Better connection also just feels better, less injury prevention, or less injury I should say, less injury risk. Can't think of my words today. So yeah, got 3 sets on here. We got 12 to 10. Sorry, no, we got 12 to 15, and then we've got we've got 2 sets of 8 to 10 with a drop set, and then we've got single arm overhead extensions, and then we've got cable crunch. So let's crack on with a set of these D-handle pushdowns. Son of a bitch. That's alright.
Are you feeling me?
Of course.
Are you feeling me secretly?
Okay, so that concludes the session. Not too bad. Not gonna lie, when I got the news that my massage was called off, it did kind of like, it has kind of thrown off my mood, kind of pissed me off because I really could have used it. I was looking forward to it, but oh well, as it is. Not a bad session, probably give that a solid 7.8 out of 10. Yeah, gonna now eat food and then we're gonna crack on back home. I'm probably gonna make sure I leave after rush hour though, because don't want to get caught in that. So let's eat some food and I'll catch you guys back on the place. Cool, so just got back from the gym, had to stock up on some bagels because our order that's supposed to come tomorrow is now coming on Sunday. And I only got one bagel left and I need one more tomorrow, so I had to buy a whole pack. Oh well. So yeah, time is currently 10 to 7, so gonna shower, chillax, have my last meal at 9 and then bed before 10:30. And yeah, that's kind of the day really. Obviously I was going to show you a bit of the massage, we'll have at least a little chat, but obviously that content doesn't exist now, which is annoying, but oh well, as it is. So yeah, we'll catch you for last meal, we'll have a chat about something, and then we'll call that the end of the video, so catch you in a bit. Okay, so finishing all videos, as all my videos are finishing right now, and that is in the dressing gown with blue light blockers on. So this kind of leads me on to basically what I've decided to be the final point of this video, and that is recovery. So sleep is just extremely important when it comes to bodybuilding, cutting and bulking. When you're bulking, sleep is when we're going to be building our muscle. So the more we sleep, well, obviously to a certain extent, the better obviously our muscle building like production is going to be. And then in terms of when we're cutting, it is going to be obviously related to retaining performance and also recoverability in terms of how much tissue we can regain. So you can see there's a constant link between sleep, tissue gain and tissue retention. Obviously this is very important when we're in like those, for me, like that these are like the most important last few months of putting on muscle. And then obviously then when it comes to prep, every week is a battle to hold on to tissue while reducing body fat. So yeah, take your sleep seriously. I aim to get between 7.5 to 8.5 hours sleep every night. If I can get more, I get more, but generally I do not let myself get less than 7 hours. 7 hours is like my absolute minimum. I make sure I get 8 hours at least every night, and this has been paying a lot of dividends with my general day-to-day energy, and my recovery as well. So yeah, anyway, that's the final point. Time is currently about 10:15. Yeah, 10:15. So we're going to head to sleep because I've got to be up at 6:45 tomorrow morning, and obviously we want to get our sleep in. So yeah, I'm gonna brush my teeth and then head to sleep. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Can we get 15 likes for the algorithm? But yeah, like, share, comment, all that good stuff, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you later, cans.